Alright, hi everyone, welcome to part 11 of Pokemon Generation 2, where we're playing Crystal here on the Game Boy Color. Why did I begin this with, kind of chuckling to myself? Well, let's just say that I had to kind of record commentary kind of twice before, so this is my, third commentary attempt because I forgot that there was a failed thing that I forgot to cut out when I was, originally editing this. But we're giving Phil HMO4 for strength and replacing it away for, rage, because, we don't use it anymore. And plus, we need strength to kind of get through here. So yeah, as you can tell here in this episode, we're gonna go up against the fighting gym here in Steamwood. These guys obviously have a lot of fighting types. I think the first two here were fighting against both of the Kanto Hitmons. So we have Hitmonlee, which is, for kicking attacks. And then later we'll go up against Hitmonchan, which is for punching attacks. And it's more of the defensive one, which is weird. Like mentioned in videos past about these guys, Hitmonlee is a decent fighter, but kind of lacks a little luster. And Hitmonchan is a gimmick up until the 4th generation. Because, obviously with the physical special split, because, all of its elemental punches of Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch, in this game are still considered special, even though Hitmonchan has a laughable special stat. Which is why in the, in Gen 4 when they did the split, and kind of reworked everything, it definitely fares a lot better now than it did back then. Hitmonlee now is kind of but I think Hitmonlee fares a bit better now. But Hitmonchan definitely has a lot more advantages now than what it did, in these early generations. I think some of these guys have, I want to say one of them has a Machoke, and I know someone has like a Primeape or a Mankey or something like that. I don't remember. I recorded the footage for this episode back in like August of last year. Yeah. So yeah, we beat Yoshi here. I didn't even realize that was his name. Yoshi! Oh man, I actually can't wait to do a Yoshi game for you guys. But I've only played one Yoshi game in my entire life, and it's Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. Okay, so yeah, here's the Hitmonchan. So yeah, we go up against both of the Hitmons right up front. I definitely think we're gonna go heal though. But yeah, going back on that Yoshi's Island comment, that is the only game I've ever played that where Yoshi is the protagonist and not just like a support role like in Super Mario World or any basic ass Mario game where Yoshi is available, or in the case of like Smash where he's a playable fighter since the very beginning, since Smash 64. Honestly, there are two versions of Yoshi's Island out there in the world. There's, the original and from the Super Nintendo, released in, oh god, I want to say like 1993, and it's supposed to be a prequel in terms of time to the predecessor. because it kind of focuses more on, because it's Baby Mario and the world is all big and colorful and there's lots of unique enemies. And it was actually one of the last games released on the Super Nintendo's life. But there was a remake for the game released for the DS. And if you guys followed me on my main channel for a number of years, you already know my opinion on that, on the DS port of the game. I mean, sure, it has a little bit more stuff to do, and you have more than just Baby Mario to kind of fend off of, or fend with. Because, not only are you trying to save Baby Luigi, but you also have Baby Donkey Kong and Baby Princess Peach as well. Even though it's been canonized that Mario is like more than twice as old to Peach. Because, according to the canon, Peach is like, I think, supposed to be like 16. And Mario is supposed to be like 40. According to official canon lore, quote unquote. So it kind of throws off the entire timeline. Just a little bit. But yeah, I am not a fan of that game. So if you want to play Yoshi's Island, you're better off playing the original Super Nintendo port. You'll have a much better time. But the only downside about the original is how annoying Baby Mario's cry is. So after a quick recharge, we picked up Scyther that we got at the bug catching contest, kind of used as like a pillow. We'll kind of use it for like sacrifice plays or just for, healing and shit. We're gonna actually take a look at its stats here. It's pretty decent for being level 14. That's quick attack, leer, focus energy, and pursuit. So it has a pretty decent moveset, although it definitely won't stand up much against the fighting types. Alright, so now we're gonna fight this guy. Words are useless. Let our fists. Okay, dude. Are you threatening me with violence in a Pokemon battle? Guy? Knob. I always like the name Knob. Maybe it's because he had a wife named Doris. And then he'd be a knob on a door. I'm not funny at all. Alright, so this guy's got a Machop. Machop line, I'm pretty sure I've talked about a couple times, either in this game or in the last Pokemon game. They're really good, they're very strong. Downside is that they're really slow, so if you can at least outspeed them and try to cripple them as much as possible, then they wouldn't be too bad to deal with. And for Scyther being a whopping 11 levels lower than it barely even did a dent. Yep, that'll kill it. Goodbye. Thanks for being a one-time show-off. May you rest in the PC for all eternity, because I'm never gonna use you. I mean, if I find a metal coat, then maybe I'll trade and do an in-game trade evolution with a held item. Because, that'd be kind of cool. I've technically never done that. And, it'd be kind of cool to do that. I mean, I've done trade evolutions before, but... not with a held item, so it'll be kind of interesting. Alright, so now we grew to level 26. And next up, he's got a Machoke. Same kind of thing with Machop, although it's a little more bulky and a little bit more slower. Oh boy. Alright, I hope you guys are having a great day today. On the day it's being recorded, today is Thursday, December 18th, about a week before Christmas, when the commentary of this is being recorded. But, you know, this is being uploaded for the 16th of January, obviously. And, yeah, we defeated this guy. So I think we're gonna go, we're gonna go recharge real quick. Alright, after a quick recharge. This is a strength puzzle. A lot of people don't like them, so this is why I told you that you need to have strength on somebody. So I give it to Phil. What you're supposed to do is to push those two up, and push this one either to the left or right. And according to one of my favorite YouTubers, Chugga Conroy, when he was doing this episode of his Crystal Let's Play, he said that he was so confused with that part as a kid, and it was the main and sole reason that he found game facts, on the internet. That was his. It was real funny how he explained it too. I don't remember how exactly he explained it, but whatever episode of his Let's Play of this game is, at this part of the game, yeah, he said that, and it was kind of amusing. It definitely was. Okay. So we took out this guy's Mankey by literally splashing it in the face. As we came in like a tsunami. Okay, I think this guy has 2 Mankeys and a Primeape. I know this guy has a Primeape. At least I think he does. I'm also trying to get this episode at least commentated, so that way I can kind of finalize it at work tonight. The night with this being recorded, of course. And then I can start doing some other stuff too. Aha, this was the guy with the Primeape. Okay, cool. So today's episode is gonna be kind of special, because I don't think I've ever done this in a Pokemon episode before. But, I'm gonna spoil this here for a bit, but not only are we gonna take out this gym, but we're also gonna take out another gym. So yeah, you guys are gonna get 2 gym battles in one episode. All within a decent amount of time, too, because, when I actually, before I started chopping up what's a little bit of this episode, and realizing there was a failed take at the very beginning. This episode was originally going to be about 5 minutes, or about 45 minutes, but as you can see, we're at around 40 and a half, so I somehow cut out about 5.5 minutes, and it was all because of the failed take at the very beginning. So that's also why I kind of started out this video with a mid-chuckle. It's also kind of funny because we also talked about Shuckle in the last episode. Hi, I'm a Shuckle. My nickname is Chuckle. And that's why you don't fuckle with Shuckle. Oh man, that's funny. Oh man. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't heard of the Pokemon YouTuber Dookie Shed, I mean, he's not as relevant as he used to be within the last 10 years. But his videos of Pokemon, you know, fucking shit up are definitely one of my favorite videos that he's ever put out, on top of his top 10 lists. I do enjoy watching those videos a lot from time to time. I do get a grand chuckle out of some of those. Especially the Pokemon Will Fuck You Up series. And the original Cradily video was gnarly. And I'm glad someone did a safe YouTube censored version of it, so that way the actual video itself still exists. Although it's not as good as it once was, but, you know, it's still good nonetheless. All because he made fun of its flower petals, tentacles, whatever you want to call it, protruding out from its head as, like, dicks. And it's the funniest thing ever. Whoa! You come this far! Let me tell you! My Pokemon will crush stones and bones. Watch this! And the statue didn't even budge. There, scared now, aren't you? What does that have to do with Pokemon? That's true. Come on, we'll do battle. Alright, so this is gym battle number 5. So this here is Chuck. He has 2 Pokemon. First off, he has a Primeape. Level 27 fighting type with the moves Leer, Rage, Karate Chop, and Fury Swipes. It is fast, it is powerful. I really like the Mankey line. And if you're not using any of the Hitmons, and if you're stuck between, you know, your Machops and your Mankeys, I personally would recommend the Mankeys, because they're faster and they're more powerful. But they're a little bit more frail. Although they can pack a mean punch, they can't really take a punch real well sometimes. Unlike, you know, the Machops, which are kind of slow and bulky and can actually take hits while even, you know, dishing them out. Alright, so we're going to send out Tsunami here. We're going to make it rain, quite literally. And you lowered my defense. That's fantastic. And now I'm going to splash you in the face because this will make it a little bit more powerful. Plus I get my stab bonus too, so it'll do quite a bit of damage. There's the Karate Chop. And goodbye, Tsunami. Yeah. I guess Daisy Doom it is. Rain still continues to fall. We're gonna try burning him with acid as he lowers my defense. This ought to do the trick. Wow. I was kind of hoping for him to be poisoned and die of poisoning. But luckily, fighting doesn't do much against a poison type. Either that or it's the grass type. Either way, fighting doesn't do much against a grass and poison type. Sakura grew to level 25, is that what it was? I actually didn't see what is it. Actually, probably 26. And last up, he has Poliwrath. This is what Tsunami would eventually evolve into if you use the Water Stone. Oh my god, spoilers. Poliwrath here is level 30. Water and fighting type. It used to only be the only Pokemon with this typing up until Gen 5 with Keldeo. And it has some moves. Hypnosis, Mind Reader, Surf, and Dynamic Punch. Dynamic Punch is going to be the main move he's going to use against you in this fight. It is quite powerful. Because if I recall correctly, or I might be thinking of Dizzy Punch, It's like a very massive, powerful attack, and I think it causes confusion. So I fully won't know until he actually whips it out. Not like that, you freaks. You know, Chuck really does remind me of like a fat version of Bruno. You know, from the Elite Four, from the last game. Of course, you know, obviously not, you know, Austrian, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but, you know. Oh god. Okay, I was worried about the dynamic punch, honestly. I mean, the hypnosis will also be kind of devastating too. Yeah, probably a mud slap. Because he is paralyzed. And okay, good. There's oh, yep, there it is. Dynamic punch. And that's gonna lower Sakura's happiness even more. Man, I never realized how hard happiness evolutions really are. Because you have to be like really careful about it. Because I really want its happiness to be really high, but also trying to record during the day is also kind of difficult since, you know, I'm a third shifter and I do a lot of things at night, and I do a lot of game recording and editing at night. Well, how about that? You're worthy of the Storm Badge. So on that little tangent, we got the Storm Badge from Chuck. Storm Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 70 obey, even traded ones. Alright, cool. We got TM01, which is Dynamic Punch. You know, as seen before. That is Dynamic Punch. It doesn't always hit, but when it does, it hits head on. So it just has a really has a really high, you know, base power, but a very low accuracy. So in a way, it's kind of like the Thunder of fighting types, if you want to call it that. Across the sea must be harder to use the Pokemon on the fly. I almost called it Cinnabar. But we got HMO2 from this lady. And that is Fly. Anywhere in the world, my husband needs to train harder. Oh, okay, so you're Chuck's wife. So you're telling him that he was getting a little chubby and needs to train a little harder, even though that's why he lost to me. So yeah, we got the secret potion in the last episode when we got here. But now that we beat Chuck, there's actually no need for us to, you know, to come back here ever again. So yeah, we'll be leaving Cianwood City forever. Well, we might come back for something kind of special later on, but in terms of our main stop, we're not coming back. We're gonna buy some potions and some revives, and a few full heals would never be a bad idea. I mean, I got $18,000. Okay, now I got $12,000. I really spent... There's no way I spent $6,000 on revives. Hi, how's my Pokemon? I think I'm safe now, so I might have it back. No! We're not going to do that. Oh, no, that's my same thing being robbed. So, yeah, you can pretty much steal this guy's Shuckle. You know, as I mentioned in the last part. So, yeah, I'm not going to give him back his Shuckle. Although, I don't think he gives you anything for giving him back his Shuckle. I also should probably mention that I also forgot to mention it, but it is implied that when you first walk in there and he gives you his Shuckle, it's implied that his rare Pokemon that he was referring to will later be used in the next rival fight. So, we'll talk about it when we get there. We got a call from Diana Laws. Once again, pointless phone call is pointless. That's gonna be the new phrase of this entire series, I think. Pointless phone call is pointless. So yeah, we're just gonna re-explore and check out everything. Again, there's a route that's always right there. In the remakes, we're not playing the remakes, so we're not gonna talk about it. Yeah, go to Sakura. Excuse me. It would be wise to raise your Pokemon with a little more care. Yeah, I know. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to surf. And we're going to head back over to Allvine and deliver the medicine. Back over to Jasmine. Do I not have any repels? Oh wait, no, I got repels. Right there, super repel. There we go. Oh, shit. You gotta go, yep, you gotta go that way. You were on the wrong side of the rocks. So yeah, just hover around over here in order to get over to, get back over there safely. Again, we fought everybody out here last part. It took damn near a long time to figure that out, because, there's a lot of trainers out through here, but we have finally made it back to the mainland. Hop on our sweet ride. We're riding into town like $1 million. And, looks like we're gonna sell some shit. Or no, we're gonna buy some shit. And I'm spending another $2,000 on more repel. Speaking of which, I haven't even ran into a shiny yet. Because normally I would have ran into at least maybe one by now. Oh, I know why I haven't. Because I'm recording myself. It's the Let's Play curse. Every time when I want something cool to appear, it either takes a long time for it to happen, or it doesn't happen at all. And that's why, folks, it's known as the Let's Play curse. Everything that you want to happen will either take forever to actually happen, or, in most cases, it won't happen at all. I was really hoping I can find a shiny Pokemon at least before a big major spot in the game that everyone knows. But that's not gonna happen today. I know, it's real sad, but it is what it is. Alright, so anyways, we're back up here with Jasmine and Amphi the Ampharos. Will that medicine cure Amphi? No! I see. Amphi, hang on. Yes it will. Please don't be offended. Amphi will not take anything from anyone but me. Amphi, how are you feeling? Palu? Oh, I'm so relieved. This was just wonderful. Sure. Whatever you say. Thank you so much. I will return to the gym. And with that, we can now go challenge her. And so, what are we gonna do? I say we're gonna head down there and go fight her ourselves. In just a nick of time, because I got about half an hour left until I need to leave to start getting ready for work. Even though, yes, I do have to work today, this video is going up. So we're gonna fast track down, falling down. We don't have to come back here into the lighthouse anymore. I think we're all mostly charged up, but I guess a quick little trip to the Pokemon Center wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Oh, I was trying to remember where... Right here. All by Team Pokemon Gym. Leader Jasmine, the steel-clad defense girl. Alright. And the fact that she's a redhead, too. I do love me a redhead. Here we are at the gym. Jasmine uses the newly discovered steel type. I don't know much about it. Well, great, some help you are. And a good thing about this gym, no trainers. It's just you walk in and you talk to her. Thank you so much for helping me at the lighthouse, but this is a different. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Jasmine, a gym leader. I use the steel type. Do you know about the steel type? It's a type that was only recently discovered. Yeah, I'm sure. May I begin? Yes, you may, you nice, gorgeous redhead. What? You're not a redhead! You're a brunette! Or maybe a dark blonde. I don't know, or a dirty blonde. I don't know. But yeah, this is Jasmine. She will give you the mineral badge if we defeat her. She has 3 Pokemon. First up, Magnemite, level 30, electric steel type. And it has the moves Thunderbolt, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. Any type of rock or fire will do great here. Or on, I guess, ground too. Up next, her almighty powerful Steelix at slot number 2 for some reason. Level 35, Steel Ground type, with the moves Iron Tail, Rock Throw, Sunny Day, and Screech. Iron Tail is the main move she's going to use, against you in this fight. Ooh, that might be bad. Yeah, right now the biggest threat of Steelix is definitely a big threat, because it's really rare for a lot of, trainers to have something above level 30 or even at level 30 at this point, when you're more or less probably around the same levels as I am, in the upper to mid 20s. Maybe breaking a little bit into 30s here and there, but yeah, this is going to be probably the biggest challenge here. Because the main thing with steel types is that it is 1 to 2 new types introduced in this generation, the other being the dark type, which we haven't really seen many Pokemon with that typing yet. We have seen moves of that typing, but not really a Pokemon of that typing. But we will see some here relatively soon. But yeah. Like how I mentioned in the last game, even though in Gen 1, Magnemite and its evolved form, Magneton, look like they are part steel in Gen 1, back then they were just pure electric. But now, starting in this game, they're electric and steel. And they were technically the first Pokemon to ever have their types changed, going from one generation into the next. Because a lot of other Pokemon would do it later, especially with the fairy types. Because they either added the fairy type with their existing type, or completely changed their typing to fairy altogether from something else. Which, for some of them, definitely took me a while to get used to. I mean, because think of it. The fairy subtyping, or just the fairy typing in general, has been around for, what? Almost 12 years now? Okay, so it'll be a while to, for us to kind of chip away at the Steelix. I'm really more worried about Screech and Rock Throw, if I'm being brutally honest. And yes, if you know your Pokemon really well, this is the evolved form of Onyx. Oh, here's the Iron Tail. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, that's... I don't know. If you guys think I should give these guys some better moves, let me know in the comments below on if there's a specific moveset that you want my Pokemon to have. But we actually ended up taking down Steelix. Daisy Doom got to level 27. That's cool. And last up, we have another Magnemite. Same level, same type, and same moves of level 30 Electric Steel type with Thunderbolt, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. And Zuko got to level 27. I almost said 72. I'm starting to show dyslexia a little bit. And we defeated. You are a better trainer than me. And both skill and you're going by that so quick. I didn't even have a chance to read it. But it doesn't matter. We got the Mineral Badge. Mineral Badge raises Pokemon's defense. Yes. Please take this. We got TM23, which should be Iron Tail. Yes, and we're gonna see who can learn it right away. It would actually be kind of cool if Zuko can learn it, because then that's... Okay, we're looking at Dynamic Punch first. Yeah, no one can learn it. No one has fists. So we'll have to save that when I evolve my Poliwhirl. Although I'm kind of surprised that he can't learn it. How about Iron Tail? Who can learn that? Oh, I would say give it to Zuko, because then that'll cover its rock and ground weaknesses. Yeah. Let's see here. I would get rid of Smokescreen, honestly. Oh, okay, or Tackle. Goodbye, Base Form Tackle. So yeah, that'll cover weaknesses of its rock and ground typing. Alright. So yeah, there's the gym battles of Chuck and Jasmine all in one video. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna figure out where we gotta go next. So yeah, we gotta go back to Ecruteak, and we're gonna go over to the east of Ecruteak by going out to Route 42. Going out to Mahogany Town is where we're going to be going, and then up to the Lake of Rage. So that's kind of where we're going to be going, next. So we're going to take our nice big fancy bicycle. We're going to ride on out of here, because we don't ever have to come back. Well, we might come back for other events or other things. Oh yeah, we still need to help this guy's Miltank. And we gotta get our daily berries, because remember, these berry and apricorn trees replenish every 24 hours. Moo. Moo. It just makes me think of... It looks sad. It just makes me think of the aliens in South Park, because all they say is moo. And it's weird in the very first episode of South Park where they, calm down when they're trying to abduct Cartman, and they're just talking to the cows by saying moo all the fucking time. Okay, so we're gonna call this an end to the video, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. yeah, and we're gonna see you guys next time for our next episode coming out next week, hot and fresh, just like Little Caesars. Oh god, why'd I have to say it like that? What the hell is wrong with me?